Patreon member shout out. Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite, I'm TNT, and now in the fight, I'm TNT, I'm a power load, TNT, watch me explode. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. What do we have going on today? So here's a tweet. Oh God, I'm dying. From the illustrious, I want to say a little crazy, but I think you need that to be great, the very well-known Dr. Prophet. For those of you that don't know who he is a madman that has 100 waltz. He has 45 secret rare alligator Lokis, and he's got 20-something secret rare storms. This, I assume man, but could be a woman. Anyway, happens to, I think, have a Tesla. I think because I saw a screenshot from him once where the up top you see the little T, and you don't really get that unless you have a Tesla and there's notification like an update for your car, full self-driving, whatever. Either way, this guy has money. When he was buying his like 99th and 100th vault, you see that he had 170-something thousand gems just laying around. And he just made a quick little tweet storm, and I think it is about to throw out waves into the Akomi NFT OMI community. I'll get that for you in 1 second. This is my top 10 predictions for OMI for 2022. Tagging me, Jeremy Padower, Foster Hilt, Asian Dan, Daniel Lee, Cavell Anderson, and Taps Trades. Number 1, listing on 3 major exchanges. Reference is top 15 exchanges on CoinMarketCap. 3 major exchanges could be KuCoin, Kraken, Gemini, could be Coinbase, could be Binance, could be Crypto.com. Either one of those, or at least 3 of those. Second prediction, OMI to the moon. Says OMI price will hit 5 cents. Boy. In my opinion, I think it'll reach a lot higher, but even if it only reaches 5 cents, well, you're looking at, if you have a million OMI, it's about, what, $50,000? No, I'm sorry. About $50,000, which is not bad. That's more than a lot of people make in a year. Number 3, we will see an exponential growth to 20 plus million users, something that I've stated multiple times. Veve will be the #1 NFT app by number of users. This will be driven by celebrities posting Veve NFT videos or pictures. Now, the #1 user app, I don't think that's possible to get just because we have like Pokemon Go with like 1 billion users. But can it be #1 in many other things? Well, in some cases it already is by top grossing apps. It already is in some cases, but by user base, we'll see how high we can get. Number 4, user growth will result in a 3 to 5x on higher floors for grails and blue chips. He says RESO will outperform most blue chips as scarcity kicks in even more. If I am not mistaken, he probably has 2 dozen RESOs. And again, this guy that has all of these collectibles, he does not need to sell. He probably won't sell. He probably is doing this just for fun, just because he can be the biggest person, or at least one of the biggest people in this arena. You have your Ray Fixies, you have your Henry Pagliucas, you have Dr. Profits. Some people will look at me, or they'll look at, people that have, okay, maybe they have, 40 or 50 sets, or they'll have a lot of any one thing, or they'll have, a couple of blue chips. They'll have a Secret Rare Spider-Man, they'll have a Fantastic Four #1, they'll have, Eddie Russo or 2, or 12 Secret Alligator Lokis, Secret Rare. But me and people like me are writ small by the Deca millionaires, 100 millionaires, the Lewis Morgans that's, spending $50,000 on one Todd Batman. Granted, it was number 37, but it was one Todd Batman. The other blue chips would probably include, I would say, Superman, the Walt statue, especially the Walt statues. He has so many of those. I would say probably an ultra rare Steamboat Willie. Just a couple of ones that people just know and love. Dr. Prophet number 5 saying more big and unexpected names will drop on Veve and will receive even more respect. Well, the ones that we can probably safely assume that are big would be Bowser. It could be Mario. It could be Nintendo, Pokemon, Nintendo at large. So many of them. Unexpected names? I don't know. We're kind of expecting everything. We're kind of expecting Lord of the Rings. We're kind of expecting maybe Harry Potter. Although we have WB, and yeah, it could be here nor there. We're not 100% sure. Number 6, Veve will start an unexpected vertical product. I am not able to guess it myself. Now, vertical integration, I've actually asked Reese about this on the Voices of Veve the other day. What he said when I asked him, like, hey, will we be able to collect a Reese collectible? Alex, are we able to collect, David and Dan or Al Khan? And he said, that type of thing would probably be if they were to do it in the far future, not immediate, which is fine. This is all 2022. If they do that later in the year, it's like, hey, collect your favorite developers, collect your favorite people. That would be great if they would do that for like me or Tabs Trades or Kyle Willson or Wendy Stibalis. That type of thing would be awesome. But all of that comes with the Veve logo. 100% of that is OMI being burned. 100% of that is burned OMI. You pay 5, 10, 20, however much millions of OMI that they get, all of it's going to be burned. Number 7, Master Collector Program and OMI utility will be considered a great success. Some more fine-tuning will need to be done. I agree. Moving on. Number 8, Veveverse will launch within 6 months. I like to be conservative and say it probably won't be until the second half of 2022. But because they had said earlier this year, in 2021, they had said that the Veveverse would launch, or at least it's planned to be launched, in December, like this month, the last month of 2021. But, as things are with tech, it was delayed. And they said, I think the most recent thing that they said was probably around April, probably around Q1, Q2 next year. And I'm not expecting it until summer, like July, August, that type of thing. Or at a again, it could be Q3 or Q4 of next year. But either way, we're probably looking at the very beginnings of the Veveverse. Whenever they do release it, it'll probably be small to start. But as a game that has, a really strong fandom, there'll be lots of downloadable content pretty much every quarter. Oh, hey, here's a new world. Hey, here's something that you can do now. And, like instead of just being able to drive our DeLoreans or Ecto-1s, hey, our avatars and be able to ride on the, They'll be able to ride on the hoverboards and maybe attach onto them. They was able to do that in Tony Hawk. You see that in the actual Back to the Future movie. I think that's very possible as well. Number 9, Dr. Profit says, quote, I will own more than 50% of one collectible and will burn half of these, end quote. It says unrelated, he thinks that the Rona or the pandemic will crash and burn in a couple months as the virus gets weaker and we learn to live with it as we live with cold and flu. I hope he's right. But focusing on he will own 50% of one collectible and will burn half of those. So any one collectible, whatever it is, let's say there's 10,000 of something. Well, 2,500 of them would get burned because of him. There's 1,000 of something. 250 would get burned because of him. Now, I had the grace to ask, can you give us a hint on which one it is? Like if it's a common or a secret rare or above or below 2,000 editions. And there hasn't been anything, no response yet, but I think it's safe to assume that it's probably going to be a ultra rare or higher. Because I asked him once, I was like, hey, you have a bunch of, secret rare alligator Lokis, and at the time I had like 20. I was like, hey, I think these trading under $40, under retail, like $12 under retail, I think that's silly. So I bought a bunch. And he said that's not really for him. Buying those, it wasn't really for him. So my prediction, whatever one that is, it's probably going to be a ultra rare or higher. At the very least, it's probably not going to be a common or uncommon, maybe a rare, but just based on, it would take forever if let's say they have a Groot rare, 10,000 editions of him just going like 10,000 times. That's ridiculous. Or with the any of the Unicornos or Mermacornos. I really hope what he does probably is season 1. And again, what I said before, some people just want to watch the world burn. He might be able to take a couple of grail. Maybe if he does that for a grail, I hope he doesn't do that for a grail, but that would shake things up like a mother flapper. If he somehow, and again, I don't think he would do it with this one, but let's say he gets somehow 2,200 Supermans and burns half of them, 1,100. That's or half a collectible. So I don't think he's gonna get 4,000 Supermans. I don't think he's gonna get 875 Risos and then burn half of those. I think it would be something that is most likely, and that's something that he said that's not a prediction. That's something that he's gonna do. And I do have another one to go over, but just to finish that thought, I would say he's probably gonna get something with 2,000 or less mints, so he'd get 1,000 of them, and then burn half of them, which is insane. 500, or if it's something closer to 1,600 or 1,000 of them, maybe he gets that. I don't know. If he gets Donnies, I mean, his profile picture is a Donnie. Gets half of those and burns half of them. And the other one, number 10, his last and final one, is I will launch a project serving the Veve community using OMI as a utility token. Okay, I admit that one's not a prediction. So he is going to launch a project that has a OMI utility. One thing that we do have as far as OMI utility aspect is Brock McBlockchain, our favorite McBread cat, who owns Fiches. He's the creator of Fiches, and he's the only one that works there. We have OMI utility because if you don't have the Ether or the wrapped Ether or whatever it is to buy those, he'll take OMI for it. That is more utility for this project. So again, slowly but surely, we'll start seeing multiple projects that want to use OMI because a lot of people will have them. So I think this is really good. I am very, 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 very bullish on this. I wish you all a happy new year. Everyone should check out Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, Kyle Willson, and Golden Assets on YouTube. And comment down below what your favorite prediction is. Which ones you think will come true, which ones won't. Also check out @NotStarHelix, @HeyDavidDon, and @EQ_crypto on the Twitter. And everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. All right, everyone, have a great, fantastic year. I love you all. This might be my last video of the year. I might stream later on. I don't know, but goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.